So, good morning and welcome back to Daily Transfer Update. Today, two players we are linked with. Both of them are attacking forwards, wingers. One of them is a free signing in January. The other one's under a contract for 5 years. He's still at 5.5 years actually on that contract. We might as well start with him, and that is Vinicius Jr., 19-year-old Real Madrid forward. Not played that many times this season. He's played 8 league games this season, a couple of Champions League games. He's only scored 1 goal, 1 assist this season, and he is linked with a January move to Arsenal. Now, how likely this is, I don't really know. It's a bit of an out there story, if I'm being honest. But stranger things have happened, and he is Brazilian. We've obviously got Edu Gaspar, who's Brazilian. He brought in Martinelli, who's Brazilian. You see where I'm going with this? But yeah, I think this is a very unlikely deal to happen, and it's going to cost a hell of a lot of money if that was to happen as well. Now listen, he is a fantastic player. He's one of the best youngsters in the world. Very tricky, very skillful, very pacey. And I wouldn't say that he's obviously fulfilled his potential. He's nowhere near fulfilling it. He could go all the way to the very top. But it is definitely somebody that I would take at the club. It's somebody that I think would light the Premier League up, if I'm being honest. Now, please do bear with me. I've got a banging sore throat. I've got an ulcer on the side of my tongue as well, so I can barely speak. But I am going to try and plough on with this. But it is somebody that, like I said, would light up the Premier League. And I think that if he did come into the league, I'm not sure it'd be Arsenal. I'm not sure Arsenal would pay the sort of money, and we're going to be talking a stupid amount of money. Like I said, a 5.5 year contract. And he's 19 years old with all the potential, playing for one of the biggest clubs in world football. We're going to be talking about 70 million upwards maybe. Will Arsenal go and do that on the 19-year-old that's not really played that many first team games? I think he's played 46 games in total, or appeared in 46 games in total for Real Madrid. Now, like I said, it's a bit of a weird story. It's come out of nowhere. I know that Zidane is obviously the manager of Madrid. I know that a lot of players don't get on with Zidane, Gareth Bale being another one. There's a few other players. Dani Ceballos, currently on loan at Arsenal, doesn't get on with him at all, and he's come out recently and said that if excuse me, if Zidane is still there come the end of his loan spell at Arsenal, then he won't want to go back and he'll want to do a move to Arsenal. So I don't know. All I do know is that a lot of players at Madrid don't like Zidane for whatever reason that may be. I don't know, but they don't like him, and there is a little bit of unrest there. Now, last season, they finished third in the league behind Atletico Madrid and the champions Barcelona, obviously. Now, they're obviously going to want to revamp that squad. They did spend a lot of money in the summer. Zidane went out and bought a lot of players in the summer and spent a lot of money. Maybe they're looking at it thinking, well, still not quite good enough to win the title. Maybe they are going to try and free up some cash by getting rid of Vinicius Jr. Now, like I said, I think he's got every attribute to succeed in the Premier League. He reminds me of a Neymar, that type of player. I'm not saying he's anywhere near as good as Neymar before anyone jumps on that in the comment section. But the way he plays, the way he glides across the pitch, the skills, the dribbling, he's very, very similar to Neymar. And if he can go on and have half a career that Neymar's had, then he's going to be a very, very good player, and he's going to be worth a very, very big amount of money over the next few years. But do I see Arsenal doing this deal? Probably not, if I'm being honest. I think that if he was to go anywhere, it's more than likely going to be a Man City, somewhere like that, maybe even Liverpool. But I don't know. I think that there's no smoke without fire. And like I said, Zidane has ruffled a lot of feathers at that club. So it's not easy when you haven't got Cristiano Ronaldo in your team, and Zidane's fully found that out at the moment. But they have still got exceptional players. Like I said, they do need more. They need better than what they've got in some areas. He could be one of the players that frees up the money, and it would be a big transfer fee as well. So let me know in the comment section how highly you rate Vinicius Jr. Let me know what your thoughts are on him. Do you think he'd do well in the Premier League? I personally said I would. I do think he will. Do you think he will? Leave it in the comment section. Let me know what sort of transfer fee you think he'd go for as well. And we're going to move on. Just going to have a sip of my coffee first. Like I said, my throat is so dry. It's really sore today. And yeah, we're going to plough on, press on with the next player. And that is a player who, like I said, is a free signing. In the summer window, he'll be a free signing. Sorry. He can speak to clubs abroad in January. and that is Ryan Fraser. Now, we were linked heavily to this guy. I think we put a couple of bids in for him in the summer. But this has come back up, it's surfaced again. Now, this time Liverpool and Everton are linked to him as well. Now, I think that if we genuinely wanted him in the summer, we would have gone and got him. Having said that, on the flip side of that, he is a free signing. So why pay out £25 million when you can wait a season, tell him that you're going to come back in and get him, make sure he doesn't sign that contract. And he's not done that. He's stalled on that contract completely. Eddie Howe has come out with comments. He's come out with comments in the last couple of weeks. And yeah, I'm going to read out some of the comments from from Ryan Fraser. He's basically saying that he's keeping his options open. He's saying that he's obviously 25 years old, so he's coming into his peak. Now, this season he's not really done that great, if I'm being honest. He's only got 1 goal and 3 assists this season. Last season he was up there, only behind Eden Hazard on assists with 14. Eddie Howe said about his contract, he said, in terms of his contract, that's honestly down to him to decide what he wants to do with his future. We would love him to stay and commit to us, but if not, we need to get the best out of him between now and the end of the season. We've had conversations with Ryan to try and persuade him to stay, but at the moment he's keeping his options firmly open. Now, Fraser's admitted that he's a bit of a loner at the club. Obviously, one of his best pals, Mark Pugh, left to go and join QPR. He said that he is my best mate off the pitch, and to see him go on loan to Hull last season was hard. He was told the Bournemouth Echo this in an interview done recently. I was obviously back to being a loner again. Me and Sean McDonald and Wesley Fogden always used to do stuff together. So obviously losing one, and then we keep losing them. And last season was hard. I used to go and have a coffee with Pewey, but it wasn't like that. So you end up just going home and doing nothing. That's hard to take. Now, listen, that's kind of sad to hear, you know. You'd think that maybe he was mates with some of the other players in the squad, but clearly that's not the case. Clearly he had his little circle, and his circle was very, very tiny. Now, I don't know whether that's a reason why he wants to leave. Maybe he wants to test himself at a bigger club. I do think he can step up a level. Listen, Bournemouth are a decent club. Very well organised, very well run. But at the same time, I think that he can do better than that. This season, I think he's taken his eye off the ball a little bit. I don't think he's been anywhere near the heights of last season. Last season, he was superb. And yeah, I would have fully took him in the summer. If we get him for free, fair play, because I think he's better than what we've got on the left wing at the moment. We keep pushing Aubameyang out there. Bukayo Saka, for me, ain't ready. You know, I've said it before, I'll say it again. He doesn't score, he doesn't assist. What does he do? I know he's only a youngster, he can develop, he can blossom, but it's too much pressure on him. And I think a loan spell for Bukayo Saka would be really good, if I'm honest. It'd do him the world of good. So Ryan Fraser could be somebody we're getting in the summer, unless we go in and put a little bid in for him. Maybe put £8 to £10 million bid in for him. But like I said, Liverpool and Everton want him as well. I'm not quite sure why Liverpool want him, but there was talk that Shaqiri could be leaving. He was also linked to us. So maybe it's a case of get Shaqiri out and get him in. I don't know. But one thing I will say is that Ryan Fraser is a very good footballer. Is he good enough to play for Arsenal? Well, yeah, right now I think he is, because we're absolutely rubbish. Would he get us to where we want to be in terms of pushing on for titles and stuff like that? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure, if I'm being honest. I don't think he's that good. But at the same time, he is very, very hard working. And that is saying that our midfielders and our wingers aren't. So we could do a lot worse than Ryan Fraser. Again, leave it in the comments section. Let me know what you think about Ryan Fraser. Would you take him at Arsenal? If so, would you do the deal in January and pay for a few million quid to get him? Or would you wait until he's a free signing? Leave all of that in the comment section down below. Big up over 250 people that have followed my Facebook page. I started that a week ago. So thank you very much for everyone who's done that. If you haven't, that link is in the description. Also, please do go and follow my Instagram, LeeGunner82. Go and show that some love and support. Less than 1,300 away from 10k on that now. I can obviously link the videos on the swipe up feature once I hit 10k. So yeah, I would appreciate it if you could go and show that some love. Don't forget also, I will be back twice later on today, 5 o'clock and 9 o'clock doing the live streams, unless my throat is completely battered. So I'm going to try and get some honey and lemon and Yeah, I'm going to try and sort my pain out and get rid of this sore throat. So listen, all have a wonderful Monday, whatever it is you're doing, whether it's work, school, or college. And I'll be back at 5 o'clock discussing something else related to Arsenal.